Hi, my name is Alex, and my passion is teaching music lessons online. I teach you technique so that you can have precise control over your instrument. I teach you how to think about music so that you can make informed musical choices. But above all, the most important thing that I teach my students is how to think, how to learn, how to help yourself move forward by making the right decision moment by moment and learn to play and understand music as efficiently and as effectively as possible. But this video is not about me telling you. It's about me showing you. You're about to see clips of me teaching my students online. Real students, real lessons. I want you to see what it's like to be in a lesson with me in order to give you a sense of my teaching style. Welcome to my virtual studio, and I hope you enjoy these lessons. Yeah, deep breath, it'll be okay. We'll get through this.
No, we won't.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'll get through this.
Yes, you will. Okay.
You know what this is not is a bar of one, a second bar of one, and a third bar of one, right?
Yeah, got that.
Yeah, so that this should feel like, this bar should feel like an ending. This bar should feel like a new beginning. A bar, as you get towards the end of this bar, you're expecting that you're waiting for that downbeat, right? And that fourth beat, you can put maybe a little bit more energy into to create that rhythmic tension to then release, right? Now that happens over your sort of macro rhythm or your phrasing as well. As we get into the end of this 4-bar phrase, we can kind of build up, we can have more tension, more rhythmic activity here, more energy to then release into the next downbeat. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, we might have, you know. That the first, the third, and the fifth notes, okay, if we pull those out, take them on their own, those make up the notes of the C major chord. Okay, when we check that, we go, I know a C major chord, and we play that chord, it's made up of C's and E's and G's, just like C's and E's and G's, just like the 1, 3, 5 of the C major scale. We go with that?
Yeah.
Notes. F and A and C are all of these notes in my key of C major.
Yes.
Yes. So I can say the one chord, the chord built off of C, that is a major chord and it's in key. The chord built off of 4, F in this case, is a major chord and it starts with F, okay? F major. The fifth chord, okay, is also going to be all in key. That's going to be G's and B's and D's, okay? And if you play your G chord, being further out, and remember the hardest thing about playing piano is not looking at your hands because they're right there, right? And so that's why we very carefully say, okay, how am I not going to look at my hands, right? How am I going to deal with this mentally and cue myself to go, that's the D, I got to pull 2 notes to the left. So I'd say let's hit that last measure and work into that third beat in the melody. Every song, and so when you have 1 here, your dominant 7 is always here, right? You go 1 half step down from the 1, and then you bring this 3 up to where the 4 is in the key, right? And that's your 3 and your 7 and your 1, right? Of your 5 chord, basically. So I do have that right here, right?
Yeah.
So if you need to look it up,
I printed that bad boy out. It's very helpful.
Cool. Yeah. Circle this section, right? Grab that section because that is easily the most confusing part of learning chords. The bass note is our obligation. The chord is our privilege. So just like any other time, like in this F major 7 chord, man, play an F. Like, if nothing else, play the F. But you want to play some other stuff too? You want to play some chord tones? Want to rip a chord scale? You know, as long as it works with the music? Absolutely, that is your privilege. But your obligation is to the tonic in that case, or to the root. And here, your obligation is to the E. So going through the motions of creating the walking bass line, your first note is going to be A, great. And
my fifth note's going to be an F.
Yeah, right about there. And I just played something on D minor just to walk out of it and see how it sounds. But holy crap, it sounds like a walking bass line.
Yeah.
Right? And that's it. And you follow the formula, and it tends to work. And if it doesn't, you find a different move this up. If this is an F, this is a G, this is an A. So if you got a song that's in the key of A flat, or you have an A flat chord, there's your A flat, right? So you've got that chord anywhere up and down the neck. Right? Yeah. And is it an F chord? Absolutely, it's a legitimate F chord. Does it sound like this? No, it doesn't. Right? And so, again, we call that voicing. It's the same arrangement of the notes F's and A's and C's. Those, we got any kind of arrangement of F and A and C, you've got an F chord. And it's absolutely acceptable for you to play that however you want. What I always say it's your guitar, right? So if you're happy with that sound, then that works. Now that's limiting, but I can also play my C chord with the G in the bass. Again, it's going to thicken up that sound a little bit. If you're doing some finger picking stuff, you can do some cool stuff with it. So you can, right? You can kind of alternate that. I'm playing my thumb. Let me get you down here. I'm playing my thumb there on this is my F, and then on my A string, so D string, A string, D string, A string. Because I can get lost in a beat and a half. That's how long it takes me to get lost. That's pretty standard practice for getting lost. I've got way more than a beat and a half. I've got ample time to mess this up. I don't want to mess this up. So I'm going to count 1 and 2 and, right? We've got a big and here. I think, right, 1, 2, and then I'm going to immediately count 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And you heard me doing that. You heard me. So 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're into it's a C next on the next line. I hope you found that helpful. If you are interested in learning music with me, please visit me at stepbystepmusic.com. There you can book lessons with me, reach out to me and ask me questions through my contact form, or book a free online consultation. I also work very hard to get out a ton of free learning content to you through YouTube and through my website, so be sure and check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the studio.